Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. A solo vehicle collision on 29 Palms Highway east of 29 Palms left one man dead and two others hospitalized. On Friday at around 8 p.m., the California Highway Patrol received a report of a single vehicle collision on 29 Palms Highway near mile marker 73.5 east of 29 Palms near the Sheeple Valley Wilderness. Preliminary information from the CHP describes the incident as a single vehicle collision. They said a sedan carrying three people eastbound on the highway overturned and one person was trapped inside. Two people were transported to Desert Regional Medical Center for unknown injuries. A third person was pronounced dead at the scene of the collision. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Coroner Division identified the deceased as Rohan Karnavat, a 39-year-old resident of Irvine. Z107.7 has contacted the California Highway Patrol for additional details about the collision. A fatal collision on 29 Palms Highway involving a golf cart left an elderly man dead in Yucca Valley. On Saturday at about 5:45 p.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to 29 Palms Highway and Mohawk Trail in Yucca Valley for a report of a vehicle collision called in by bystanders. Deputies say a golf cart driven by an elderly man was traveling into oncoming traffic and was struck by a driver in a Tesla. The victim was transported to a hospital where he later died. The driver of the Tesla remained at the scene and cooperated with investigators. The Sheriff's Coroner Division has not yet released the name of the deceased as they are attempting to notify his next of kin. Alcohol and drugs are not being considered as factors in the collision. The cause of a massive water leak on Old Woman Springs Road last week was due to old steel pipes. Annalise Kuiper has more.
Last Tuesday, August 11, an old 8-inch steel water pipe ruptured in the vicinity of Starlight Road and Highway 247 in Flamingo Heights, right by Heroes Market. Thousands of gallons escaped before California Highway Patrol arrived first on scene, just about 2 p.m. Bighorn Desert View Water Agency and High Desert Water District put out a call for mutual aid, and between the two water agencies, Caltrans and CHP, about a dozen people worked on locating the leak and directing traffic down to just one lane. While there appeared to be a maze of old pipes, the leaking one was located and it was ascertained that it serviced a fire hydrant which was no longer in use. Fortunately, the leaking pipe did not supply customers and no one lost water or pressure. By late evening on Tuesday, the leak had been capped and fixed, so work could begin on cleaning up the road. Jennifer Cusack, General Manager of Bighorn Desert View Water Agency, attributed the quick work and cooperation amongst the agencies involved to, quote, one of the benefits of having good neighbors, end quote. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
The High Desert Water District Board of Directors meets in regular session tomorrow. The board will recognize employees for providing assistance to the Bighorn Desert View Water Agency, and they will receive an update on their wastewater department. The High Desert Water District Board of Directors meets tomorrow at 4 p.m. at their office at 55439 29 Palms Highway in Yucca Valley. You can find the full agenda and ways to attend online at this story at Z107.7 FM.com. Shakeups on the Joshua Basin Water District Board of Directors are expected to be addressed at a meeting tomorrow. Online news editor Robert Hayden has a preview of what you can expect.
On the agenda for the meeting, a bad debt write-off of over $50,000 and a review of collection enforcement, liens, and a bad debt write-off policy. And the board is expected to discuss a board vacancy by either appointing a new member or calling for the seat to be filled in the upcoming November 2026 election. The agenda says, quote, since the seat is already part of the upcoming November 2026 election, the practical effect of calling for an election would be to defer to the seat being filled by voters, and a resolution would prepare for future consideration affirming such intent, unquote. At the last Joshua Basin Water District meeting, the board called to censure President Doolittle and reorganize the board. 2 agenda items added by Vice President Thomas Short. Both agenda items were pulled during public comment, and VP Short said during director comments that, quote, I bear full responsibility. I'm going to be considering where I'm going from here, unquote. The Joshua Basin Water District Board of Directors meet on Wednesday at 5 p.m. at their offices at 61750 Choyeta Road in Joshua Tree. You can find the full agenda and remote meeting instructions at this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
And finally, Area Thespians, here is an opportunity to be considered for all of Theater 29's upcoming 2026-2027 theatrical season productions at one single time. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas tells you how to get into the casting room.
With their 2026-27 theater season having just been announced, Theater 29 will be holding open group auditions on Saturday, August 29th at their main stage in 29 Palms. This will be an opportunity for area performers, both veteran as well as new talents, to be seen by the organization's complement of casting directors all at once. Pre-production auditions will continue to be held as well, usually about 7 weeks prior to the opening of a new production. This season's auditions give a preliminary chance to be seen by all the decision makers without an audience. Each performer will schedule a 5-minute appointment period which will consist of musical, monologue, and cold reading. Details, registration, and audition scheduling are available at theater29.org. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Arts and Entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.